Here we go, Western Kentucky, the Hilltoppers, as we return on Conference USA football kickoff. And this is a team that finished tied for second place last year, 6-2, went to the conference championship game. They have been super consistent over the years, just one of 11 teams to play in 6 straight bowl games in the nation. That's incredible. We welcome in Tyson Helton, the head coach. Great to see you again. Thanks for being here. Maverick McIver, the quarterback, and defensive lineman Harper Holloman. How you guys doing?
Great.
Awesome, awesome. Welcome. Been a good day so far here in Frisco?
Oh, great. I mean, PGA America, what a great place to have this event. And Conference USA's done it again, knocked it out of the park. And, you know, we just got a great setup here and just glad to be back again this year.
Yeah, they have done an incredible job. And it's an awesome set. And like you said, they were upset about is we don't get a chance to play golf.
I know.
We're so busy. We got things to do. We got to get out of here. But it's a beautiful area.
I took a walk the course this morning. I was dying. You know, I was like, let me find some clubs. I need to get out there. So
I know that's in the past. Well, and the off season's a little different nowadays, right? I mean, we've talked to a few of you coaches as well, and it's like, what used to be a break is now not a break, and then the recruiting and this and that. Like, do you have a new time period where you get to go hang out or go on vacation?
I tell you what, I make a point of it. I really do.
Okay.
You know, June's a grind, obviously, between your summer training with the team and high school recruiting OVs. But July, you know, is kind of our time to take a deep breath and right before, it's like the calm before the storm.
Right.
You know, matter of fact, we start fall camp here pretty quick this week. So it's always good to get a refresher. And I celebrated my 25th wedding anniversary this year. Took my wife to St. Lucia and had a great time. And so, yeah, when they say break, I'm on break.
Yeah.
But now we're back to what pays the bills and ready to go compete.
Well, congratulations. That's awesome. Yeah, you got to do that. I mean, that's great because you got to give yourself permission sometimes, right, to take a break and be like, it's okay. Turn the phone off maybe for a little bit.
Well, I tell you, when you got guys like this sitting next to you, you know, they hold down the fort while I'm gone with Maverick and Harper, and so I don't have a lot to worry about when you got two good guys like this sitting next to you.
Well, you do, and you've got a good group of returners. Let's talk about it for a moment. Key returners, offensively, defensively, special teams. In addition to them, who else is standing out to you?
Yeah, you know, offensively, you know, our tackle, Marshall Jackson, you know, has been a 3-year starter for us. This is his senior year, and then K.D. Hutchinson, he's been a really good receiver for us, and then DeMarco Williams, safety, you know, having him back was great, and then Kent Robinson, who was a starting corner for us last year, and some other guys. You know, we got some younger guys that this is going to be kind of their first time around. They played a little bit last year, but you know, the guys that I mentioned, those are the guys that are kind of the heart and soul of our team.
Yeah, and I think, again, you know, I've done a few of your games and saw you last year, and it's like there's just so many cool things going on in town, and exciting. I mean, you got the Hilltopper Fieldhouse, right, which is in the works, and I guess hopefully be ready in October or something like that.
Yeah, no, it should be. I'm hoping we can get in there by end of August, early September. Fantastic facility. You know, we did the new press box last year. That was great. Having the on-campus stadium is really a great atmosphere. And so, you know, it's just a great place to watch college football. It really is. Western Kentucky is beautiful university, great brand of football. So we have a ton of things going on there that I think, like you mentioned earlier, you know, when you cover games there, you're just like, man, what a great place to cover a college football game.
Yeah. Got the pregame concerts and all that stuff too, right? I mean, do you guys have a favorite actor that you would like to see there in the future? I know you got a chance to watch it because you're getting ready for the game. But.
Yeah, I guess we would never get to watch it. Maybe like DJ Diesel, Shaq or something.
Yeah, I missed Flow Rider, you know, the last year, but I think we had one of the country stars. You know, I mean, what about from you? What do you like?
Definitely Shaq for sure.
Okay,
that would be crazy.
Yeah, we've been talking a lot of different stuff here. We know about your play on the field. So, Harper, what do you like to do outside of football? What are some of the things that you've enjoyed, hobbies, interests, when you've had time?
Outside of football, I really like to chill. I like to watch movies. I like to fish. I like to fish with my dad. Me and my dad always go fishing when we got the time.
That's good.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I've had a few guys liking fishing here. Yeah, okay.
Just call me.
Okay, Maverick?
I'm an outdoors guy. I love to hunt and fish. I love to golf. We play a lot of golf in Kentucky, a lot of really good golf courses. Love to go outside, you know, fish a little bit, hunt a little bit in the off season. So.
Okay. All right. What about your game on the field right now? What are you most looking forward to this season?
I'm looking forward to taking the next step in our offense. You know, I ran a similar offense, really similar last year, and just taking the next step, you know, completion percentage, and then just making good decisions on the field, lower the turnover margin.
How about the relationship that you've been able to develop with your teammates and guys? Because we talked a lot about it today. It's not just, you run out there on the field and, you know, let's be in sync.
Yeah.
What happens before that?
I think relationships are honestly more important than X's and O's, you know. I think we've honestly bonded really well since January to now. And I think fall camp's going to be the next best step to continue to improve and then create the bond to ultimately walk out there week 0.
What about for you in your career, right, and the longevity and how long you've been playing ball now?
Right,
You're gonna be, 25 years old, I think, right?
I will be.
Yeah, you will be. Yeah. How does that help you?
Yeah, I mean, I've had a ton of snaps over a long career, and it really slows the game down for you. And I think you kind of take the next step in learning like X and O's. It's not just learning the playbook. It's not just doing the bare minimum, but actually taking the next step. Like protection's a big thing in this off season, and then just like really the bonds and the team building that comes with it, and being a true leader.
Do people not quite understand too that when you move places or go to different teams, and yeah, we know about your skills, but the playbook, like you said, and how much, you know, could be different and how long it might take to learn that, you know, because the fans are watching, they're like, oh, what's the deal here? It's not so easy, right, to understand. I mean, there might be a lot of things you got to figure out, like just even the language, right? Like,
yeah, you know, for me, I was fortunate enough to have Coach Bowie come with me, or I followed him to Western Kentucky. So this is my second year in the offense, so that really helped us in the process.
What about for the newcomers coming in? What about for you and the guys on your side of the ball?
On my side of the ball, I feel like it's been a real smooth transition because it allowed us to, like during the summer, it allowed us to come together as one. Because with new faces, you have to really get to know each other again. And with us being able to do that over the summer, I feel like fall camp is going to be able to allow us to take the next step and get ready for week 0.
And we hear it all the time, Coach, right, how important the fronts are, the offensive line, defensive line. Let's stick with him on the defensive line for a second. Like, how do you find those guys like him? What are the things that they have to do to make sure that your defense holds the fort down to be successful? Why is it so important? Everybody hears about the defensive line.
Well, I tell you, first thing is, and I'm a quarterback guy, you know, and so when you can wreak havoc on the quarterback, which Harper can, he can rush the passer, you know, now you got something special. And so, you know, when you have a good pass rusher, especially in our conference, you know, you're going to probably be successful defensively. I tell you one great thing about Harper is he's such a great guy. You know, I mean, Harper's still a young guy and going into his second year, but you know, he's our rock on defense. He's one of our most talented players. He's the guy that, you know, he's always walking around with a smile on his face while he's trying to kill the quarterback, and those guys are hard to find. So I'm looking for big things out of our defense. You know, they talk about our offense all the time, and but really I feel like the defense can be the strength of our football team this year just because we have some really good depth.
Yeah. One thing I remember in talking to you last year, as I've always been impressed by, is now this is your 7th year coming up. You know, you've been able to provide consistency, stability. You're a great coach. You love what you do, and you know, you're able to kind of bring that in year after year after year in this ever-changing world of I'm out, I'm in, I'm out. It's like your staff, yourself, you love the area. Right? Like, how much does that help you guys to be as consistent as you've mentioned it? One of 11 teams to go to played 6 straight bowl games. That doesn't happen unless, you know, you've been there, you've established a culture, which you have.
Well, I think it goes way beyond me. And you know, our administration, our president, President Caboni, and then our athletic director, Todd Stewart, does such a great job of providing the resources and setting the culture for us. And then really my job is to put all those pieces together, right? And in today's college football world, you know, especially us, we've had some success, and so there's going to be transition. There's going to be guys that move on, both coaches and players. But we're a recognizable brand. We're a place that does things the right way, and people want to come to Western Kentucky. And so long as we do things the right way, we keep a great culture. That's where I come in. And I have a clear vision of what we're trying to do, then we will be successful. But it really goes back to Western Kentucky and the leadership there. Not just me. It's our president, it's our administration, and they do a fantastic job.
Yeah, yep, you got to have it. You guys do. All right, let's take a look at the schedule here coming up in 2018. for Western Kentucky. Starting it off, as we just said, we just talked Sam Houston. Right. So you guys, again, 32 days away from today. Are you okay with that? Is that probably the earliest you guys
we're excited. I think, again, you talk about your brand of football and we're one of a few college football games on that day, week 0.
Yeah,
big conference game in Sam Houston. Coach Longo, new head coach there, fantastic coach. I know he'll have his team ready. So I know our fan base will be excited for that game, and so it should be great. And then we go to got North Alabama at home, a team that we're familiar with, and then got a big one at Toledo. Had a big win against them last year at home. Got to go to their place. They do a great job, and we get a bye after that, and then we're back home at Nevada, and get right after that get into the conference play. Missouri State new team, and Delaware new team, and so it's a good balance between home games and away games, and there's a lot of parity in our conference, and so you want to have a championship mentality 1 week at a time. I know everybody talks about, hey, we want to be in the championship game. No, the championship game starts week 1. It starts week 1, and so you're just trying to win that championship.
It's the challenge you have year after year, right? I'm sure as a coach to get everybody just to focus on this thing, because if you have a slip up, you might not have that opportunity to play for a title, but you guys did last year. The end of the season, I mean, I know, boy, LSU, that'll be fun. I'm sure. I know, hey, it's LSU, but hey, Death Valley, and then Jacksonville State, who you played for the title in the final game. Wow, that could mean a lot too. So it should be pretty.
It's a challenging schedule, but a fun schedule, and we better be at our best all through season for sure.
There's been some all-time greats at Western Kentucky. We're going to take a look now here at Conference USA Hall of Fame inductee Brandon Dowdy.
Dowdy off play action. He's looking end zone. Wide open in the end zone is Taylor. That's his second touchdown of the game. Dowdy rolls. He might tuck it under and run. Inside the pylon, it looks like he's got a touchdown.
And that's where a veteran guy that's been around the block knows, I'm going to get to a screen, I'm going to anticipate this, and then really take advantage.
4, and now they're just throwing the ball all over the field. This is the Brandon Dowdy.
See the recognition and what it means to you, not just from on the field, but as their experience and your network grows, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there we go, look at end zone. You're right, Dowdy. Over the middle, Dangerfield, oh, what a grab, touchdown, WK.
Jeff Brown was the head coach and one of the all-time greats himself, and was a fabulous football team led by a great quarterback in Brandon. But we had so many good players, and over the years, I mean, I think back, there's many to name, but, that's, again, it goes back to Western Kentucky, the place, and that want to be there, and so this year is special to have Brandon inducted. It's going to be really neat.
Yeah, it's awesome. I always am impressed of how many people you've known over the years in the football community, on staffs, and then it kind of all comes back around. It's even like the recruiting too. If you don't get a guy the first time, hey, might come all back around. So you got to keep up those relationships.
About relationships, right? It's about relationships and being genuine, and You never know, especially in today's recruiting. Some guy leaves and goes somewhere else. You might be together again one day, so you better have a good relationship.
Right, Maverick, talk to us about your teammates right now. Who do you who do you look up to? Who can provide some of the lightheartedness, funny? What's this group like?
Yeah, I think on the offense, lightheartedness definitely goes out to Marshall Jackson. You can hear Marshall before you see him. He's really, really loud, really, really funny. Keeps the locker room light, but on the field, he's an absolute animal, and he's an awesome left tackle, awesome leader, hardest working dude I know. Our receiving core is great. From left to right, X to Z. I think we have good depth right now, and then our running backs, we're 3 deep, 4 deep, 5 deep if we need them to be, and I think George and Lavelle are going to be really, really good for us. And then as Marshall Jackson, the rest of the O-line, I think they're taking a huge step through spring, and I feel really, really good about it.
Spring defensive MVP for you, Harper. We know about your play. I mean, it's you got to feel like as a leader, what are some of the things that you're bringing to this team, and how about your voice out there?
This year, I've learned I have to be more vocal with my teammates to allow to more just leading by example, because sometimes hearing the voice of the leader is better than just watching him and seeing what he's doing. So I'm trying to step in that role as a leader and just getting to know my teammates on the defense more, because the closer we are, the better connection we're going to have on the team. On the defense, the better we're going to connect on the field. Everybody communicate the call, and it's just going to be a better establishment.
So we're talking to all you guys today. I like to kind of get some insight on, things that people don't understand or really aren't familiar with in terms of like being a college football player. Like maybe each of you tell me something that goes on behind the scenes or things that you have to do that maybe other people don't get to see or don't recognize, or they just show up on Saturdays or midweek watching you guys for 3-4 hours and doesn't really get what it takes to get to this spot. You know what I mean? And it could be anything. It doesn't have to be just preparing for football. Like, what goes on, Maverick?
Yeah, I think it's a full-time job, obviously. You're putting in numerous hours throughout the week, really early morning lift to late night film sessions. So, just throughout the day. And then at home, having the guys open for extra film, I think is huge for me, and creating that bond outside of football. I think Saturday is just the byproduct of what you put out throughout the week. So I think you earn your Saturday throughout working throughout the week to get there. Yeah. And so I think for me, it's just, I personally base myself off of work. Like, I want to outwork every one of my opponents. I think the harder I work, the easier Saturday will be for me.
Harper?
Knowing your schedule and being consistent with it, because all it is about consistency anyway. If you're able to continue to wake up early, go to sleep on time, get the amount of rest you need, recover, everything is just going to be a breeze for throughout the week, and then easier on Saturday.
All right. Sounds good. We'll look forward to seeing you guys this year, and thanks so much for being here, Coach. All the best in 2025.
Appreciate it. Yes,
all right,
sir.
Thanks a lot. That's Western Kentucky, the Hilltop.